Okay, so as you sit up comfortably, pull straight back. Again, remember, this practice is for back relieving, back therapy. Whether your back is sore or not, you just take a few moments to breathe into your back. It's primarily focusing on the lower back. Working twists, opening the legs, the glutes. There's lots of ways to do that. One of the ways would be to just send your mind to that. So we're starting with that. Just send your mind into the lower back and just breathe into it as it is. So you could sit with your hands resting anywhere, or just for a moment, you could place your hands against the lower back, and palms resting on the lower back and the area of the kidneys, and just feel, or at least visualize, how every time you breathe in, your lower back expands into your hands. As you breathe out, the lower back releases. It's a little bit of expansion of the inhale and release of the exhale. So whether you want to keep your hands there or not, see if you can feel the lower back breathing. Even if you can't literally feel anything in the lower back, just visualize the lower back breathing. So one of the key principles of Vata, which is dominating this time of the year, besides affecting the lower back and following the good or not so good, is that it is irregular in its nature. So a simple way to kind of get away from this irregularity, which results in back, start to regulate the flow of the breath. You need to count, just intuitively notice the breath, the in and the out breath, same length. Okay, so allow your back still to breathe as you bring the hands to the front of the heart center. Spend a few moments here to honor yourself as you are. And know that even if you are in pain, it's okay. Doesn't mean you are broken, doesn't mean you're a bad person, just a bit pain. In a simple way, pain can be a good incentive towards practice. Very easy to forget all about practicing, but it's good, get distracted by other things. When you are in pain, you know you need to do something. So use the pain as an incentive to practice, and then the pain is no longer negative. Keeping your hands in front of the heart center, acknowledge yourself as you are. A complete human being. But remember that you have different layers, different bodies, and neither one of them is you. You have a physical body, but that body changes all the time, so it can't really be you. You have the breath and the energetic body, and that changes all the time as well, so it can't really be you. And your thoughts come and go. It can't really be you. What is you? Leave that as a contemplation, but remember that you're not your body, your thoughts, your feelings, they can't go. Even if you are in pain, that too will change. So creating a clear intention towards this practice. The focus is the back, but you might have a different focus on top of it. Wherever this focus may be, let's hone into the back, into the body, into the field all around, into the universe, sounding your voice, saying that I understand that I am greater than this limited experience. I am one with everything. I am. The easiest way to do that is by saying, when you're ready. Slow, smooth breath in. Keeping the palms resting against each other, but just slowly start to move the feet against each other. Still touching, but now start rubbing the hands together. And gradually, as you do so, start to generate a bit more heat, so you must want to go slightly faster, a bit more firm. And once the hands are charged, place them against your lower back, and you can rub the lower back with your hands. Okay, just getting some movement here. You can use your hands again, rub, or you can tap into the back of the hands, stimulating circulation. Rub the back, and then slide the hands towards your belly. Pull the hands against the belly, circling around the belly. So we're starting with this, we'll finish with this as well. Get more energy, more blood, increasing circulation, dispersing stagnation. Then let's get a big stretch, so reach your arms all the way up as you breathe in, bring the palms together. And release the hands towards the right as you exhale. Do it from side to side, so again, center, reach, inhale. Twist towards your left, exhale, you can use your hands, but don't push. Again, rise from the center, breathe in. One more time to the right. Go back to the center, breathe in. One more time towards the right. Come to the center, again, reach up. This time interlock the fingers, press the palms high towards the ceiling. Expand the belly, the ribs, chest, arms, chin. And with your eyes closed, see if you can feel the lower back stretching. Your rib cage is moving higher away from the pelvis, the belly, and the back, extending the breath. And then release you. So hands can rest knees if that's comfortable. Throat, we're starting to circle torso and forward the pelvis. So ideally, your eyes are closed, or at least a part of you is looking in. And as you look in, again, you're looking for areas of discomfort, tension, and you aim to use the movement to relieve these areas, to disperse some of that tension. Tension tends to be stagnation, so things don't move. The best thing to do for that is to move. You are. Change direction. Move it as smoothly as possible. Okay, we're going to take a forward fold back in child's pose. So when you're ready, take your knees together, big toes, heels close together, and then settle yourself down. As you do so, reach your arms forward. To begin with, just getting a bit of length. So rather than just collapsing the belly and the chest down towards the mat, towards your thighs, see if you can slightly round your lower back, so bring your tailbone slightly under, and it feels like your navel, your belly button is pulling away from the thighs. As a result, the head is getting closer to your knees. You're kind of shortening the front of your body as you lengthen the back. You release that and look forward and out, and then walk the hands back again. So you're still sitting, but you're leaning forward. Now, we can do cat and cow here normally, or we can do more specific, more targeted to the lower back. So bring your tailbone under and pull the belly back without moving your shoulders or your head. And then bring the belly forward, stick the bum backwards without moving the shoulders or the head. And just do that a few times. Just mobilize the pelvis to the lower back. Without your shoulders, without the chest, without the head. Every time your tailbone goes under, let's stretch the back. If your back is so, you might do it a bit more. Then you bring your tailbone up and you bring the belly forward and press it to the back. And some people feel more pain in the cow position. Some people feel more cat position. The main thing here is to just work it out and then work through it. Okay, so again, let's go for that extension. So bring your tailbone under belly in, and then look towards your knees and bring the head as close to your knees as possible. Maybe even rest your head on your knees if that's possible. Obviously, we have different body proportions. The thigh bones might be very, very short and the spine is very long. It might physically work. But shorten the front of your body continuously. Bring your tailbone under continuously as you do so. And then look forward with the chest up as you breathe in. And then you yourself. Now I'm getting a bit more length. But while you maintain the length, take both hands further right. So here, use your left fingers, creep them further and further away diagonally from your left hip. And you could keep your butt, your hips in the center of your heels. Or you can shift your hips a bit further left by reaching right with your left fingers. So the arm, the shoulder, the ribs are pulling on the left hip. Tailbone is going towards the right hip. Slowly come to the center. Onto the center. Sit bones on the heels and then bones the other way. So first of all, just the arms, both arms are moving to the left. And then the right fingers creep further back. The head is relaxed down. Then last, if it works, shift your hips a bit further right without moving your right fingers. Back to center, both arms reach forwards again, forwards inhale. And rounding, taking the arms behind or place them underneath your forehead. Round your back, bring your tailbone under. Squeeze the belly to stretch the lower. Okay, so we go to normal cow. So bring yourself forward. Go. And I'm going to start to move the cow, tailbone up as you move forwards. Cow, in. Press your back, and then you bring your tailbone under, navel coming towards the spine, ribs pushing up into chest, big stretch for the back. Yeah. And again, cow inhalation. Cow to exhalation. Nice and slow. See if you can move first from your pelvis with the tailbone. Again, forward and breathe in. Cow. And bring your tailbone under. Cow. Hold the cow. Push the throat with your hands. Bring your tailbone more under as you try to bring the pubis close to the face. Relax. We're going to up each one up at a time. Start with your right arm, the palm, or the fingertips. Flip the arm forwards and drop the head on the floor close to your left hand. The head can't reach the floor on your left hand. Okay, so the first few seconds are kind of dedicated towards the right arm, right armpit, right side of the rib cage. Once that's settled to some extent, start to move your back. But keeping the arm extended, just start to bring the tailbone under with the cat and bring it up like you do in the cow. Just a few times mobilizing through the pelvis while extending the arm. And you will notice every time the tailbone goes under, there's a greater pull on the underside of the right, with the muscles that contract. When the tailbone goes up, there's greater release. And switch hands to come to the center, tabletop. The breath. Walking the left arm forward, maybe on the fingertips, head drops down by your right hand. Take a few moments to settle first of all. Naturally, your tailbone goes up here because it's easier. Once in position, start to mobilize, tailbone under. Fingers pressing down, feeling that extension and contraction on the underside of the arm. And the tailbone goes up. Armpit drops a bit lower, slightly easier. Move it through it. And then keep down. And back to center, both palms on the floor. then back into a cow pose. Now let's target that hamstring a bit. So starting with just the right leg, tuck the toes under, straighten the leg behind you, just press the heel down. Many times when the back is really, really sore on a regular basis, it's connected to high hamstring. Just have to open them on a regular basis. Switch, right leg down, left leg back. Again, the tailbone is up, but still going down, press the tail up as you press the heel down. And that will change it. So come back with the left knee on the floor straight, and the right leg toes stuck on the heel towards the floor. Now, at the cat position, bring your belly up, bring your tailbone under. You feel your leg a bit more. Press the heel more down. Be rounding the lower back to some extent. Pulling the belly in, using the core. The bottom of the palm here. Fifth, right leg down, left leg goes up, tailbone is up to begin with. Then bring the tailbone under the core in, and step into the floor. Okay, now, down with those. Knees on the floor, both toes stuck under the floor. Inhale. And slowly lift your knees, press yourself back. Keep the knees bent as you press yourself back. It takes for the first two, then go in and out a few times. Again, knees land back on the floor. Look forward to the inhalation. That one is up. Tailbone stays up as you move towards downward dog with the knees bent. And just two more in the same way. Keep the knees bent, knees touching the floor as you inhale. Downward dog with knees bent. Exhale. One more time, come down to the floor as you inhale. Now we're going to go to puppy, but we aim to mobilize the lower back in the puppy. So arms reaching forward and forehead or chin dropping down towards the back. And actually, you should hopefully feel that your tailbone is pointing up. Now maintain the same position and bring your tailbone under. Navel hugging towards the spine, lower back rounding. Again, lift your tailbone up and sink low. Do it again. Tailbone under, hugging the navel in, feel that stretch in the lower back. And then release. Find that relief, the ease. One more time, bring the tailbone under. Over there. And then release. Oh, let's see if you can do that back. Go. Both hands front. Before, knees slightly bent, and you pull back towards downward facing. Don't keep the knees slightly bent, but it's easier. And then while maintaining downward facing dog, bring your tailbone under. Pull the navel away from the thighs. So that's stretching your back. Take the breath down. And as you exhale, let your tailbone go up and sink low with the chest. One more time in the same way, tailbone under, stretch your back, stretch your back, stretch your back. Maybe the heels come closer to the floor. Then lift the tailbone up and sink down to the chest and hold it there for a few moments. We'll add in some movement here, so start to sway your heels from right to left. With the heels, move your tailbone from right to left. And feel how that's affecting the lower back, side ribs, arms, the shoulders. All because your tail, lower back is mobilizing. Let's bring both heels towards the left and hold it here. Just for a moment, maybe look underneath your right arm. Maybe come to right fingertips if you want to. It works. With that lovely squeeze in the left side of your belly, then amazing expansion, extension on the left side. Look the right side of your belly. Switching sides, so with both palms flat, heels go towards the right. Look underneath your left arm, maybe the fingertips. Squeezing the right side of your belly as you open the left side. Okay, then come back to a center, normal downward facing dog, tailbone up, tailbone up, tailbone up, and tailbone under. And lower your knees back down to the floor. Slowly go back to child's pose. This time, place your hands on the lower back. So at the beginning, when we first started sitting, breathing into the lower back here. But this time in child's pose.
Feel the lower back expanding with every inhalation, relaxing with every exhalation. We're going to come to kneeling from here, so keep your hands on your back forward, and slowly as you breathe in, rise to kneeling. And the hands staying on the lower back, and try to mobilize even here. Tailbone goes under, the belly comes back. The tailbone goes up, the belly pushes forward. Roll the navel under your back. The tailbone out, open. Then sit as you are. Thighs, chin down. The natural in this position, Vajras and the thunderbolt, the lower back is quite extended, flat, good for sitting. Want to get some movement, so keep your hands on your legs, close your knees, around back. So the back, the mid back, foot under, chin down, big stretch. Forward, slide your hands towards the hips, open the right of the buttocks. Just lifting the lower back, press. Yeah. Round in, tailbone under, tailbone's trying to reach the back of the knee. It is down. Naturally, lots of people feel that primarily in the upper back of the shoulders, see if you can focus more on the lower back. And you might start to feel how your thighs and your hip flexors are connected to the lower back. More than the lower back. Then slide your hands towards your hips. Forward, squeeze your back. Deep breath here. And then go into neutral position before the twist here. For this one, this way, we're going to shift the hips. So as you shift towards your left, you can place your left foot on the right, on the sole of the right foot. So you're sitting off. So the left sit bone is on the floor, right sit bone is on the left heel. You can tell this is tipping. Okay, so for that, we leave the right hand behind and bring the left hand on the outer right heel side. It's twist. Not very comfortable. But what it does, it creates a little squeeze on the right side of your back, the right side of your belly. Really stretches the left side. Right. And then release, and we come into the other side. We're going to put in the back. You see the feet position. So as you come to the center, you shift towards the right. Right sit onto the floor. Then the right foot naturally comes up a bit. Where does it go? I can just rest on that left foot. Okay, so I'm resting into my right. This stretches. This already compresses. Now I'm using my hand to saturate that. Left hand behind, right hand out, left thigh. Just squeeze your left side. Okay, and come back to center. And then send both legs forward and take a little bit forward. Knees will be bent. Arms are wrapping against the thighs. You're just hugging yourself in. Okay, so we're not targeting the hamstrings here. We're just trying to relax the back. And these are as bent as you need it to be. All you want to feel is the lower back. Bring a nice pull, not making it step. And maintain the position for a little bit longer and see how slowly your entire torso is sinking into the thighs. More tension is leaving the back, allowing you to release them gradually. If it works, you start to slide your heels away, but without losing the connection between the belly and the thigh. And just keep going as you are for a few more breaths. And what it shows you is how your hamstrings are pulling on your back. And the tighter your hamstrings are, the more they pull on your back. And gradually, as the hamstrings open a bit more, which obviously can take a lot longer than what we're doing now, months, you will gradually be able to reach your hands forwards towards your legs, towards your feet, maybe even straighten the legs without losing the connection between the belly and the spine. But if you are losing the connection, it shows you, yes, hamstrings are a bit tight, and they're pulling on my back, which is why the belly is pulling away, which is why my back is grounded. Okay, so let's sit up for a moment here. And so just kind of as a visual, if your hamstrings are tight, what happens to your pelvis here? It goes like that. When you try to move forward, it's still like that. So your forward fold looks like this. Okay, so the back gets all the jet here because it really pulls on it because the hamstrings are tight. If your hamstrings were open, your pelvis will be able to move forward, and there's nothing really pulling in the back, and you can fall down. There's lots of connection here. Not just because you have big breakfast, because your hamstrings are open. Okay, if they're tight, what happens is literally that. Okay, so not judging yourself harshly, just start to move forwards and notice if you are able to move your pelvis in your thought forwards, and if not, you can do something about it. Okay? Slowly roll yourself down. And once you're down, see if you can do a few cats and cows with the lower back. Rocking back, tailbone tucked under, legs pulling away from the thighs. They're rocking forwards, tailbone is trying to move up, and belly is aiming to rest on the thigh. Okay, so we're trying to visually feel, not just know in your head, but feel intrinsic understanding that yes, my hamstrings and my lower back are definitely connected and they're affecting each other, either in a positive way or in a negative way. Let's stretch those hamstrings. So slowly ease yourself off the back and bring both feet on the floor. Okay, just take a moment here. First of all, let your back settle on the floor. So lots of people who find yoga quite approachable, I think they're kind of good, vertical corners in yoga, is because they have a very deep curve in the lower back. Deep lumbar curve usually allows you to do more fancy stuff, but it does create lots of compression to the lower back. Let's try to relieve that compression. So just lying down and start to feel how the lower back, how the vertebrae of the lower back are slowly sinking, sinking, and sinking. So your entire back is pressing down into the back. Lower back curve is gone, it's flat. And for some, this is really comfortable because this is your default. For others, it's an effort. Just to understand the effort towards it, see if you can press into your toes, the balls of the feet, and just lift your heels slightly up. Okay, and then by keeping your heels up, bring your tailbone slightly up. Not your bum, just the tailbone. And you feel that the lower back is pushing more into the floor. Now use your hands and bring your hands and your fingers to rest on your belly. And see how the lower back, as it presses down, is making your belly firm. The lower back is pushing down, just the tailbone, not the bum, just the tailbone going up, and the core is on. Okay, so core, strong core stretches your back. Tight core stretches your back too much to the point of pain. It's not having a strong core, that's not enough. It's having a ability to switch the core on or off at the beginning. Put the legs here. So keep the left knee bent. Use your hands to hold the back of the right thigh. And then slowly start to kick the heel up towards the ceiling as you aim to straighten the right leg. Now notice your back. So again, bring the foot to the floor. At the moment, naturally, your back will curve away from the floor. There might be a tiny gap underneath the back. Now do it again. Hold the back of the right leg. And as you send your right leg straight, notice how the lower back is pushed down into the floor, which it should be. So having long hamstrings will gradually help to lengthen your back. You might be happy to stay as you are, or if it works, you can slide your hand a little bit higher up. And you might be happy to stay as you are, but you might also want to straighten the left leg on the floor without arching your back. So you want to maintain length to the lower back. Make it slightly easier. To the back of your floor. Lift your chin to bring the chin towards the chest. Lift your head off the floor. Then see if you can also lift your shoulders and shoulder blades off the floor. So naturally your head will get close to your leg. In this position, you notice the lower back is flat. Core muscles are switched on. And you do the same thing as you slowly lower your head and shoulders back to the floor. Keep your lower back long and keep your core on. Might find that the leg is kind of gradually getting more comfortable. Maybe your hands can go even higher up on the leg. Even if you can hold on to the foot, don't hold on to the foot just yet. Come up one more time. So hold to the back of the leg, whether it's the ankle or the thigh. Again, lift the head off the floor, chin, chest, shoulders up. Now start to push your leg into your hands. So just demonstrating here, like your hands are here, your leg is trying to do that. But the hands are in the way, so you can't. The leg is pushing down, hands are stopping the leg from moving. Head is up, core is on, and the leg muscles are on as well, the hamstrings. Then again, relax and see if the head can rest on the floor with the leg closer. Now maybe reach the body point. Keep breathing into the lower back. Take one more breath there. Then we go towards that pigeon. So left foot on the floor and right outer ankle resting on the left knee. So arms and just take a few more breaths. Okay, so let the blood kind of flood back into your hip. And move back out with your toes. But keeping your shoulders on the floor, you can take your arms wide in the teeth. Start moving your lower back. So your right foot is landing on the floor, left side. And right knee is landing on the floor, right side. You rock from right to left. Now, as you do so, see if you can keep an eye on your right shin. And aim to keep the shin parallel to your collarbones the whole time. The pelvis stays in neutral the whole time. The lower back is moving. All right, coming back to the center. And then start by using your right hand against the right knee. Okay, so the right hand is pushing the right knee away. Once the arm is straight, start to push the knee into the hand. More. And then relax the effort. As you do so, lift your left foot off the floor. Right hand is still on the right knee, still moving the knee away from you. Your goal is to bring the right foot towards your left shoulder and the right knee away from your right shoulder. Now do it again. Push the knee, right knee into your right hand. This is the hand. The knee. And then release. This time, slide your right hand between the thighs and make contact with your left leg. Chin or thigh, doesn't matter. Left hand joins on the outside, and you bring in your right foot as close to your left shoulder as possible. Now, because the hand is no longer available to the knee, instead, use your right foot. Push the right foot into the left knee. Much as you can. Push the knee, the foot, push the knee, your ankle, I should say. Then relax the effort and bring the foot closer to your left shoulder. Ease yourself in. The breath in. Slowly release the left foot to the floor. With the left foot on the floor, shift your hips a bit further right. And then cross the left thigh over the right. Yeah, so move the the right thigh over the left, say, right thigh over the left. Then slowly start to let both knees drop towards the floor on the left side. You don't have to touch the floor, especially if your back is really sore. You can use a block or even just your left hand or fist underneath your knees with the floor. Okay, so first of all, a few moments to just settle into it. Okay, so just holding this will open up the right hip. The glutes here, the piriformis, which will hopefully stop them from pulling your back. To make it even better, obviously deeper, you can also use your arms. So reach your right arm up towards the ceiling as you inhale. And then slowly open the right arm towards the right as you exhale. So we're adding a twist. And again, send the right arm up towards the side, the ceiling as you breathe in. And slowly open the arm towards the right leg, follow with the begins. One more time, arm goes up, inhale, and open it towards the right. Exhale. Stay there, turn your head towards the arm if possible. And breathing into your back, into your right shoulder, into your right outer hip. Possible, tuck the thighs a bit closer to your belly. Stop the pull on the back. Lengthen the back. That one slightly under, lengthening the back. Keeping your legs crossed. Right over left. Slowly roll onto the back. Hips in the center. Keeping the legs crossed. Lift your feet off the floor. And with your hands, find your knees. Or as close to it as you can. Okay, naturally, your left hand will find the right foot. Fairly relatively easy. Right hand will might struggle to find the left foot, but just come towards the left as much as you can, and pull the feet towards your shoulders. Behind you, okay? You can keep your feet by your butt, or you can move them further away from the butt until the shins are almost making a straight line. A moment here, be really kind to your head. Wide hips. Think of your headphones, sorry, your thigh bones moving right and left. Another breath. Release that. Cross your legs, feet on the floor. And take a moment, rest the knees against each other. Feet wide, knees together. Place your hand on the belly. Just for a few moments, feel the belly rising and falling. As the belly rises and falls, can you also feel the echo of this movement in the back? As the belly goes up, the lower back goes down. The expansion is not just on the front, the back. As the belly sinks down, the lower back comes up. This comes back. Every breath. Every breath. Before we go to the other leg, separate the knees, feet stay hip width apart, and just let your knees move a bit from right to left. Feet apart, knees apart. Easy to begin with, especially if you're feeling a bit sore or tight. Mobilize, aim to keep your head and shoulders in contact with the mat, with the floor continuously. The movement is from the mid-back to the knee. Nothing about the mid-back. Slow, gradually letting the knees flop a bit lower. Don't push them, just let them drop. I notice one side feels much easier than the other, which is absolutely normal. Let's go back to center, take the ball. Finding neutral. Now mobilizing for the lower back by using the pelvis, so bringing the tailbone up. You push the lower back into the floor. So your core muscles firm enough to be firm. And then press your tailbone down into the floor and arch the lower back. Push your belly to the sky. Thumb is on the floor. The belly comes up. lower back arches away. And alternating between the two. Lower back is pushing down as the belly comes in, tailbone goes up. And tailbone comes down, belly pushes up, arch in your back. Two more. Flatten the back, breathe out. Expand the belly, breathe in. Flatten the back, engage your core, breathe out. Press the tail, arch the back, breathe in. Now maintain this spinal position, just add the arms. So reach your arms behind you, back of the hands towards the floor. Tailbone is still pushing down, back is still arching away. Now if that feels plenty, you can stay there. Or if it's okay, float your feet a little bit off the floor. The tiny bit. The nail. No more than that. Notice how your hip flexes down again. And they help you to feel more in the lower back. On the breath there. Relax your feet on the floor. Relax your back. Take a moment here preparing for the left leg. The right foot stays on the floor, right is bent. Hands holding the back of the left leg, left thigh maybe to begin with, and you're kicking your heel up towards the ceiling. Notice how the lower back is flat against the floor. A moment there. Take a breath. Just release for a moment. The lower back arches away. Do it again. Press the heel up towards the sky. Lower back is flat, and now we're staying. Just your hands, maybe taking a bit higher if it works. Then maybe adjust your right leg, you can straighten it on the floor if that works, but without arching your back. Lower back still flat against the floor. And maybe you use your core muscle even more as you bring your head closer to your left knee. Then now the core muscles are on, the head is close to your knee. There's more compression, more contact between the thigh and your torso. Then maintain that compression as much as you can. Ease yourself up down. Again, just your hand. And then one last spin here. Keep your hands against the back of the leg, or the foot for now. Then press the leg into the hands. Try to bring the leg back to the floor, but don't let it. The hand is stopping. The back of your leg compressing as it tries to move towards the floor, then give up. And then bring the leg closer to you. Maybe this time reaching higher up. Maybe your hands are off the foot, the boat. Hold it there. Lower back is still flat against the floor, and that's important. You don't arch your back. You just straighten your hamstring, it helps to lengthen your back. On the breath. Then the pigeon on the back. So right foot is on the floor, knees bent, and left ankle rests on the top of the right side. Your knee. Relax for a moment first of all. Relax your arms. You can keep your hips and your shoulders in alignment. And ideally, there shouldn't be any movement of the pelvis in the doing this. Before we get to the stretch, mobilize a bit. So keep your shin parallel to the collarbones as you rock from right to left, foot to the floor on the right side, knee to the floor on the left side. And minimizing the movement in the upper back. Straighten the movements to the lower back, so the head and the shoulders are not moving, arms are not moving, the ribs are barely moving, reluctantly. Okay, come back to center now. Left hand on the left knee, push the knee away without moving the hand. Once the arm is straight or straight-ish, start to press the knee to the hand. Activate the inner left thigh, groin. The knee, and then the thigh. Now lift the right foot off the floor, just like here, and again push the knee to the hand. Into the hand. But it's already getting a bit closer with the right foot off the floor. Trying to stop the knee from coming in. Relax again. This time, lift the right foot off the floor and reach your hands onto your left, so your right foot.
Again, the left arm is moved between the thighs, the right arm is moved from the outside. And now we're pushing the foot. The left foot is pushing into the right knee. Keep it firmly. Move the knee away, don't let it. Once your leg is almost to the point of exhaustion, relax and bring the foot as close to your right shoulder as you can. Again, very common here for your glutes and the muscles underneath the glutes that focus primarily to pull on the lower back when they are up. It's almost like they're sharing the joy of being tied to all the muscles around them. The lower back gets. Not very comfortable, not very good. Okay, so let's stretch more the outer hip. So release the right foot to the floor and use your foot to shift your hips a bit towards the left first. And then slide the left leg until the thighs are crossed. And slowly start to twist towards the right until the left knee is either on the floor, almost on the floor, maybe it's resting on the yoga block, cushion or something. Give us a few moments and you can notice how your back is feeling as a result. Remember that if your knees are lower than the line of your hips, it will contract your back. You want to open the back, so tuck the knees in, closer to the chest, stretch the back. Then, if it works, add the arm. So left arm reaches up towards the sky, take a breath in, and slowly open the arm towards the left, maybe follow it with your gaze. Do it again, send the arm up, breathe in. Slowly open the arm towards the left. One more time, send the arm up, and really slowly and consciously start to open the arm and see which muscles feel more pull as the arm comes down. And just stay there for a few breaths. Your arm as low, as close to the floor as possible. Your left knee as close to the floor as possible. So visualize more blood coming into the lower back. New blood, fresh blood in that area. Nutrients, nourishment. But you went slowly roll back. If your legs cross, just shift your hips back to center. And then lift the right foot off the floor and hands coming onto your knees. Stage one, just tuck the knees in. If possible, in stage two, your hands will slide down the shins to meet the feet. So right and left foot, left and right foot. Either keep the feet where they are, or if it works, start to move the feet away from your butt, toes towards the line of the shoulders, shin straight each line, and feet down towards the floor by the shoulders of the heel. Steady breath. Intense, but so good. So, just bear with me one more breath. Okay, let's do this. Across the legs, feet on the floor, again, feet wide, knees resting against each other. Obviously, we're all different, but I find that a lot of my back problems come from my left hip. My left hip is quite tight, and constantly pulling my lower back. So what we just did now is really good because it really pulls on the left hip. But the same idea is for you to find what works for you, which pose is really intense. That will mean that that muscle that you're kind of targeting is really, really tight. And that's sadly the one that you need to do more. So comfortable, but it's always good. Mobilize the hips, so feet off the floor, and the knees, and start to circle your knees as wide as you can, but as smooth as you can. Roll, roll, and roll, much movement as possible. Change direction. Notice that your hips are moving well, thighs are moving well, there's no pain, both legs are moving evenly. Then hugging the legs in, knees together. Thighs deep into your belly. With the lower back already getting a really nice stretch, and usually, naturally, the tailbone starts to lift up here. Before you let it, just kind of try and press it safely down to the floor, back to the back. And then separate the knees. And again, the tailbone goes up a bit, maybe the sacrum, that's fine. Knees now coming towards your armpits, the knees are still bent. You can use your hands, you can use your inner elbows, forearms. If you're happy with this, stay here. Otherwise, happy baby pose, arms against the inside of the knees, hands holding the outside of your feet. And turn the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Aim the knees towards the floor bar. The tailbone is up, sacrum is up, but aiming to bring the movement down. Easy here. That's open. It's plenty. Stay there. Too much come out. Still not enough. Just for a moment. Keep your hands as they are. Pulling on your feet lightly, but then start to push your feet up into that. Don't let the feet go up. Pull down with the hands and feet. Feet pushing up. Hands pushing down. Pulling down. So then they're shaking a bit. That's a sign to stop, relax, and see if your knees land a bit lower. Take a moment here. Then release toes, the feet coming together. Outer edges of the feet on the floor, knees dropping down wide. Hands against the inside of your thighs. Back is in an arch. Belly is pushing up. Take a few breaths into the belly. The floor. And you can literally visualize lots of blood flooding the pelvis, flooding the groin. Inhalation brings the blood, nourishment. The exhalation is relieving all the old stagnant feeling, blood, tension. Clearing them out of the way and make space for them. Okay. Release, bring the feet to the floor, knees pointing up, feet about hip width apart. We're going to do a couple of bridges here. So for this one, keep your hands on the mat, grab hold of the sides of the mat for stability, and press into your feet and elevate your belly up to the sky, engaging your glutes and the lower back. Up for a moment, hold, and then lower it down. Do it again. So press your belly up and feel the lower back contracting. If you feet flat, you can elevate your heels. Let's firm the glutes. Feel how the knees are coming towards one another. They don't need to touch, but they're coming in a bit. Slowly ease it back down. Down on the floor, feet hip width apart. Start to move the knees again right back. Gradually, as the movement gets easier, let your knees flow from right to left. You just drop them. Drop them. Yeah, we're going to go all the way towards the left, both knees to the left. Stay there for a moment. Again, the feet are apart, the knees are apart. Gradually reach both arms behind you. And if your left hand finds your right waist, then pull the arm backwards, away from the right hand. Maybe a tiny bit to the left as well, but mainly back. To the extension from the hip to the wrist, from the hip to the knee. Aim to breathe into the air, which is the tightest. Other side, so change the grip, so right hand left wrist, and both knees are coming up and then flopping down towards the right. Gradually pulling a bit more of the arm and the wrist, more length on the left side. Come back to center. One more time, under the leg. So hands on the legs, really big squeeze. And in the middle of the upper back, so chin towards the chest, shoulders are floor. Tuck yourself in, put forward. Relax the head and shoulders. And gently rock a bit from right to left. Okay, so mobilizing a bit to the back. And then either rock all the way to one side and rock all the way towards, either way, bring yourself up. Okay, I'm going to come up to some hip flexors. So let's start with the right knee on the floor, bring the left forwards, coming to down here. So left foot right here, about hip width apart. And stacking kind of your heads, the ears above your shoulders, shoulders above your hips, the hips above the right knee. So you're not moving forwards to backwards, it's all kind of fairly flat. Left hand on the abdomen, right hand on your sacrum, and we're just moving the pelvis here. So lift your tailbone up, push the belly forward. Pull the belly in and bring your tailbone under. Doing a few of those, you're going to warm it up a bit. Here we start to feel the connection between the lower back and flexing. Okay, once you're ready, bring the tailbone and the belly in. If it feels okay, maybe move your hips a tiny bit further forward. Don't let the belly forward. Feels too much, you can just move in and out. Relax, let the tailbone go up. Now sink forward. Keep the hands where they are, comfortable. Left knee, throw, sink forwards. Naturally, the tailbone is up, the belly is open, and it turns. Right. Belly, lower back, pull yourself back, bring the tailbone under. As before, see if you can move your hips a tiny bit further forward, just a little bit. And then, keep the belly hanging in, send your right arm. And then move the right arm towards the left. Don't let the belly push forwards, keep hanging it in, bring your right hip further right. Feel this one?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, isn't it? Well, I can see it. So I can feel it here, moving into the inside of the room, the inside of the psoas here. Really, really potent. Can't think of a better word of that. Painful. One more breath there. And aim to maintain that as you sink forward. The release of that. Forward. Then relax in between. Sink down. Let your fingers. Painful. As you can, tuck your right toe under with your knee and turn towards the right. Goes up. The right. But obviously, if you have the other legs in front, that's fine. You can turn towards the left, you just do the other. Okay? Step forwards, and step it back. Okay, just walk the dog a bit. It's quite intense. So the main thing behind doing these things is to work out which is the easiest, which is the hardest. And not to torture yourself, but obviously the ones that are hard are where you are tired, so you have to do them more. Maybe not always very, very difficult variation, but you just need to do them. Now stepping the other leg forward, whether it's your right or the left, it's going to be my right in this case. You know, legs here, up, over there, Okay, so the other leg, whichever one it was before we go anywhere. Hands, belly, elbows. Happy elbow. Up and down 3 times. Feel. Move this part of your body independently. Really, it's not big independently because it's up to your hip flexor. Let's go in. Elbow under, belly in. Okay, take that maybe an inch forward. Intensify, back, release your hips, bring down. On, whether you work on knees, floor, feels comfortable. Open your leg. Back. Pull yourself back, and again the same thing. Hands in position, elbow up there, belly hugging in. Do a tiny bit forward. Or maybe I have the arm. So whichever leg is in front, it's the other arm. Some of you are doing right leg, some of you are doing left leg, doesn't really matter. There's the other arm, and you lean towards the bend side. And reaching for the little finger primarily. Maybe shift the hips a tiny bit forward. Or maybe shift the hips all the way forwards. Still leaning away. Release. And you turn towards the back leg. So you tuck the toes of the back leg with the knee. And you turn towards that. Doesn't matter how long you are, the leg is off the floor, the leg is not stretched, just move the leg in out. As far as turn towards the front and step it back to down with you. Just walk the dog here for a few moments. That's a lot of work on the legs, it's a lot of work on the pelvis, it's a lot of work on your belly, it's a lot of work on your back. It's needed. Keep your feet where they are, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet about hip width, and we're hanging down. The arms dropping down towards the floor, you can fall into your elbows, doesn't really matter. Your arms, your shoulders, your back. You have the lower back and the hamstrings are communicating. You have a twist here, so you have options. If the floor is too far, you can use the yoga block underneath your hand. So place the left hand in the center underneath the face, maybe the fingertips, bend the left knee. Right arm is relaxed. The right leg is aiming to be straight, and slowly as you inhale, twist towards you, right? So the right arm all the way up towards the sky, maybe look at the thumb. As you exhale, release it back. And 2 more of them. And turn towards the right, sweep the right arm up, feel that lovely twist in your back. And then release it down, feel the blood flooding the lung. 1 more time, turn towards the right, this time hold for a few breaths. Again, you're twisting and you're compressing the lower back. And you're forcing everything instead to rise to the surface. Twist, another breath into the twist. And as you exhale, you relax down, you allow in the blood to flood that area. Now keeping the right leg straight as much as you can. Start to inch the right fingers further away from your right toes. So they're moving forwards. The right sit bone is pulling backwards. Right leg is straight. Right arm is reaching forwards. The stretches of the leg, the side ribs, and the arm. Another breath there. Release. Take a half lift, hands on shins, go half inhale. And fold all the way. So stay there for a few moments before we twist the other way. Okay, so this time it's the right hand which is on the floor on your yoga block. The right hand can be bent for that. The left leg is aiming to stay straight forward. Slowly turn towards the left and sweep the left arm up. The movement is not from the arm, it's from the back. Slowly ease the arm back down.
And again, turn towards your left, sweep the arm, maybe follow the gaze. Ease it back down. The next one will hold for a bit longer. So slowly, as before, open towards the left, reach the arm, hold it in. And you feel the squeeze in your belly, stretch in your back, squeeze in your back. Another breath there. Release your arm down, aiming to keep your left leg stretched. Just grip the left fingers further away from your toes. Pull back to the left hip. Deep breath in, this is quite intense. Then release the arm back down. One more time, take a half step as you inhale. Fold all the way down as you exhale. Put your head down. Down. The deep breath in. The last thing here, we're going to go to the squat before we go to the floor. So turn your feet out of the 45 and slowly drop yourself low. Bend your knees as deeply as you can. Even squatting is really good for your back because squatting opens the inner thighs, the groin, which allows the pelvis to just drop. Take a moment to just drop. Right there. Come down to sitting, so you can use your hands behind. Sit down and bring the soles of the feet together. Heels in front of the pelvis by about a foot. Okay, so we have having a twist here. So right hand either on the left foot, on the left knee, left hand is behind you. Lift the chest and twist a bit. There's lots of ways to twist here. See if you can lift your navel up towards your left shoulder. The right shoulder is dropping a little lower to ribs start and go a bit into the sides. Up the center to the other side. Just to make it more visible, rather than just twisting that way, if my ribs come up level, lifting my navel up. So it turns into more squeeze on the left side, more opening on the right. Center, just take a forward step and leave. Again, aim to drop down from here. So rather than trying to get length, you could sometimes. Today, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to get length in the lower back to bring the pelvis side under. And yourself down. You pull a lot on the lower back. And here the goal is not to reach your head to your feet. To pull the belly away from the floor. Really round your back, elbows under. While maintaining this, taking both hands either towards your right shin or past the shin on the floor. Maybe still pulling back, resisting the forward fold. With both arms towards the left, elbow still under. They come forwards, holding onto your feet or your shins forwards. This time, bring your belly forwards as you inhale, then sink down. Now allow your back to settle down. Low. Sink down. Deep breath. Also sit up, bring the left heel towards the parent, straighten the right leg. And the twist is towards the left, so left behind the right hand on the left knee, fine, twisting towards the left, and squeezing your belly, the belly. Forwards, and keep the right hand on the by your side, send your left arm up towards the sky, and we're leaning towards the right. So your left knee is constantly trying to meet the floor as your left fingers are reaching away. Really opens with the left side of your body. If your right hand wants to, you can take it further away. You can rest on your elbow. But keep the left knee down. Have a breath. The left hand sweeping forwards towards the right foot. Right hand sweeping forwards towards the right foot. Look forwards as you inhale. And fold down as you right foot comes in. Left leg moves forwards. It's fine if the knee can't reach the floor, but just put something underneath it to make it. Okay. The first twist is towards the right. Open. Very compressed. So back. Move. Already here, with your left hand guiding the right lower. Stable. Turn forwards. Keeping the right knee low. Left hand on the floor by your side. Right hand goes up. The right knee is pressing down as you move away from. Adjust your left hand here if you want to move further away, or drop down to your elbow. But try not to lift your right knee and your back off the floor. Keep them down. Just visualize your the lowest part of your on the right side of the ribs, lifting out of the pelvis. Sitting, reaching the right arm across, reaching the left hand across, look forwards, and drop. Last forward fold here is the symmetrical ones, both legs forward. Earlier in the practice, we did both knees bent. If you want to, you can do that in the same way, amplifies. If it works, maybe both legs are straight, and you're holding your feet, toes, your legs, and you're aiming to bring the legs down and compress the belly into the front. In whichever position you choose, your eyes closed, open your inner eye, see what your back is doing. Okay, if you were to look at yourself on the side, is your tailbone up or under? Is your pelvis going backwards or forwards? Is your belly, in a simple way, resting on your thighs, pulling away from the thighs? They're both good. But ideally, you want to be able to move from one to the other when you want to, rather than being forced to go into one or the other because your body is tight. One more moment here to feel how the hamstrings are controlling your back. They're tight. So how the back can move independently of the legs if the hamstrings are. It would be hopefully a good incentive to just keep your hamstrings open. Okay. Okay, let's take it to the back. We'll do one more bridge on the back. Feet on the floor for bridge because the corpse, if you already want to kind of lay wraps and ready to go forward, do that now. Yes, it's good to finish with bridge because bridge is about strength. Because you have to lift yourself away from gravity. So it's strength in your back, lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings, the calves, they're all working. So as we did earlier, you can use the mat and grip it with your hands and come up. But maybe once you can take the hands together underneath you, get up. Because the main thing here is that you're lifting with strength. Push the feet down, contract the glutes, and send your hips up. In different positions, either use your hands to grab the mat or interlock the fingers underneath you, press your arms into the floor. Whether your heels are flat or just on the balls of the feet, just notice your glutes contracting your lower back.
contracting as a result, opening the pelvis, the front, hip flexors, the belly. Come over, exhale. Look how strong you are, stable you are. Breath in, and slowly unwind yourself down. You can have your palms flat on the floor underneath your butt. You can rest your butt on your fists, and then send your legs up towards the ceiling. The hips are slightly elevated as the legs go up. Of course, if you have a yoga block or something, or a cushion, or bolster, you can slide it on the pelvis. If it's too much, you can just lie on your back. If it's not enough, you can press into the elbows and then send your hips higher and rest your pelvis in your hands. Halfway down. Viparita Parani Mudra. In the breath. The last one is completely optional. It's plow, and plow is a very intense stretch on the back. You might want to not do that today or ever. That's fine. If you're happy where you are, stay. If your back is okay, slowly start to lower the toes towards the floor beyond it. And even if the toes can't touch the floor, you will still feel a big stretch in the back. And there's lots of ways to do a plow. You can either have your hips above your shoulders, or you can keep the head on the floor, keep the toes on the floor, and try to bring your tailbone down towards the floor as you have more contact between your back and the floor. Now, okay. Wherever you are, keep your head on the floor, find the front of the mat with your hands, and slowly releasing the core muscles, lower your spine down to the floor, vertebra at a time. Your back is on the floor, feet on the floor. Last thing before corpse, just like you did, move a bit right to the left. Last moment here to release some tension from the back. If the back is very sore, keeping your knees bent and resting against each other, corpse might be better. Otherwise, slowly spreading the legs and resting. Like we did earlier, placing your hands on the belly, close your eyes, and start to breathe from the belly. Feel your belly rising with the inhalation, releasing of the exhale. As your belly is moving up and down, also feel it in your back. As your belly expands, see if you can expand the back too. Steady and calm.
Usually in class, we finish with the secret meditation, breath. Today, we're just finishing. Stay as you are. At some point, let go of the breath. Just be as you are. Relax completely. Relax your arms if you want to. Turn the palms to face up. It's not comfortable, even your knees bend is not comfortable, you can roll to your side. Just find a position that doesn't really feel comfortable, where you can just relax, rest. Once you have, let go of the body. Allowing thoughts to come and go without chasing them. Allow the different sensations in your body to rise
present themselves and go away without chasing them, without labeling it's good. Bad. Humbly observe. So keeping the eyes closed, slowly start to move the bodies, moving fingers, toes, moving hands, your feet. In a few slower, bigger, deeper breaths. A big stretch of each of the arms and legs away from each other. Extend your body, stretch, start, stretch the heels forwards, right heel, right arm, left heel, left arm, both legs, both arms, as much length in your body as you can. Feel the back contract a bit, take a breath in, and hug your legs in. Stretch your back as you compress your belly. Take a breath in, and slowly roll yourself up, sitting up comfortably. Finish. Tall, with your arms high as you inhale, palms together. Hands to our center. Exhale. Finish with the arm. Take a deep breath in. Roll. Breath.